The Russian 1st Tank Army struck a Ukrainian engineering operation. An excavator was destroyed by a Lancet drone near Pokrovskoye on the banks of the Oskol River. In the Krasnoarmeysk direction, the agriculture engineering system of the Center Military Group executed a daring mission, remotely installing a minefield deep behind enemy lines. The operation effectively severed Ukrainian forces' escape and supply routes, as confirmed by the Russian Ministry of Defense. Before the strike, intelligence pinpointed a buildup of Ukrainian troops and equipment near the contact line. Acting swiftly, the engineering crew moved into position under the cover of the front. Within moments, they deployed the agriculture system and unleashed a volley of 122mm programmable rockets. Each round delivered its deadly payload with precision, scattering mines across zones of intense enemy movement. Once the mission was complete, the crew skillfully maneuvered their vehicle back to safety. Mission accomplished. Russian UAVs dominate the sky. In the first scene, UAV teams from the Vostok group of forces detect and destroy a US-made M777 howitzer along with an enemy transport vehicle in the Dnipropetrovsk region. A clean, precise strike leaving no room for return fire. As night falls, FPV drone operators from the center group of forces take over, eliminating Ukrainian manpower and disabling combat hardware in the Krasnoarmeysk direction with pinpoint accuracy. Moments later, footage captures servicemen of the center group's 56th Separate Special Operations Battalion shooting down enemy drones using their own FPVs, a display of skill and dominance in drone-on-drone warfare. In a stunning lightning assault, soldiers of the 36th Separate Guards Motor Rifle Brigade from the 29th Guards Army broke through Ukrainian defensive lines and stormed into Alekseyevka in the Dnipropetrovsk region. In fierce combat, the Trans-Baikal Army successfully liberated the strategic settlement. As a result, more than 8 square kilometers of territory were recaptured. 2 tanks, 6 armored vehicles, 1 self-propelled gun, and 7 pickup trucks were destroyed. Take a look at Russian firepower in action. Hidden beneath the cover of trees, a 130mm M46 towed gun crew from the 44th Army Corps of the Northern Group of Forces unleashes thunder across the Kharkiv region. Each North Korean-made shell roars from the barrel, streaking toward Ukrainian positions with crushing precision. The forest trembles with every shot. Power, coordination, and relentless rhythm from the Russian artillery. Steel dominance on 2 fronts. In the first footage, T-72B3M tank crews from the Southern Military District deliver a series of precise strikes on a Ukrainian stronghold concealed within a forest belt in the Krasnoarmeysk direction, each shell landing with devastating accuracy. Moments later, the scene shifts to the Dnipropetrovsk region, where tank crews from the East Group of Forces unleash their firepower on fortified enemy positions. The assault culminates in a massive explosion as a Ukrainian field ammunition depot is obliterated, a seamless display of coordination and power across 2 battlefronts. In the Krasny-Liman direction, tank crews from the 25th Combined Arms Army of the West Group of Forces struck Ukrainian defenses with crushing accuracy. Hidden strongholds, bunkers, and armored targets were destroyed in a series of well-coordinated attacks. The tank's effective fire support opened the way for advancing motorized rifle units, setting the stage for continued progress along the front. In the Kherson direction, crews of T-90M Prorif tanks from the 18th Combined Arms Army, part of the Dnieper Group of Forces, carried out intensive training, mastering both maneuvering and indirect fire techniques. From fortified positions, the tanks thundered into action, their coordinated strikes demonstrating accuracy and control, even at long range. Tank Commander Krauger described their combat routine, suppressing enemy firing points from machine gun nests to mortar crews before swiftly shifting positions. Each movement, each strike, reflects a balance of speed and precision that defines the effectiveness of Russia's armored warfare on the southern front. Across the front, the troops of the center group press their advance, relentless, striking day and night. Enemy infantry and armored units are being wiped out with precision and force. Supporting the offensive from above, drone operators unleash a storm of targeted strikes, each one finding its mark with deadly accuracy. Footage from October 15th captures the intensity of the operation. Ukrainian armed forces positions reduced to wreckage, NATO-supplied equipment torn apart, and communication systems silenced. Heavy drone bombers roar across the sky, leaving trails of fire and smoke as the center group tightens its grip on the battlefield. Deep within the forest, the 8th Army's drone unit uncovered an enemy drone control center hidden among the trees. The operators moved swiftly, locking onto the target in seconds. Then, with surgical precision, they launched their strike. As Russian assault detachments advance further into Ukrainian defensive lines in the Krasnoarmeysk direction, FPV drone operators lead the charge with pinpoint accuracy. Throughout the night, they carried out a series of powerful strikes, taking out enemy vehicles and halting troop rotations along the front. The outcome was a crushing strike that set the battlefield ablaze and shattered the enemy's defenses. What you are seeing now is footage of the Russian aerospace forces conducting strikes using the UMPK against detected enemy targets in the Army's offensive zone. Decisive advance in Krasnoarmeysk. Troops of the center group of forces carried out a powerful offensive, dislodging Ukrainian units from their fortified positions and completely securing the settlement of Novopavlovka in the Donetsk People's Republic. Throughout the engagement, Russian forces neutralized enemy strongpoints and firing positions with pinpoint precision. Overwhelmed by the assault, the remaining Ukrainian troops were forced to retreat from the area. Precision strike in Kherson. A Russian helicopter launched an LMUR guided missile at a Ukrainian UAV control position in the Kherson region. The missile cut through the air with pinpoint accuracy. Seconds later, a direct hit obliterated the target, leaving the site engulfed in flames. The Russian flag now flies over Novopavlovka, a satellite settlement of Pokrovsk. The area has been officially taken over by the Russian military, marking a new chapter in the escalating conflict in eastern Ukraine. A pilot from Russia's 11th Guards Air Force launched a precision strike using a FAB bomb with a UMPK module. A strategic bridge over the Volchya River in the village of Pokrovskoye, Dnipropetrovsk, was hit directly. The entire operation was recorded by 2 reconnaissance UAVs. The Russian Armed Forces drone operator continues the search, and this is what they found. A decisive strike on the battlefield. The Kh-39 missile swiftly launches and attacks the drone operator of the 414th Airborne Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. In the Zakotny area, FPV drone operators from the 7th Brigade launched a precise strike on enemy positions. Within moments, a series of explosions ripped through the landscape, destroying a field warehouse, 2 armored vehicles, and a pickup truck. Amid the chaos, 3 communication antennas used by Ukrainian forces were also obliterated, severing their lines of coordination. The strike, carried out with pinpoint accuracy, left the area in flames. From satellite footage, a powerful strike unfolds over Pokrovsk. The Russian aerospace forces unleashed a massive 3-ton FAB bomb on the 117th Motorized Rifle Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, positioned within the grounds of the Pokrovskoye brick factory. In an instant, the entire complex was engulfed in a fiery explosion. The footage captures the moment of devastation. Ukrainian ground vehicles in the Dnipropetrovsk region being struck one after another by precision drone attacks. That's all for today's update. Thanks for watching, and don't miss our upcoming videos.